welcome back to Notice This. I'm Kat, and this is where I break down lien laws state by state so you can protect your payments without having to lose your sanity. Today we are heading to the Silver State, Nevada, land of bright lights, big jackpots, and some very specific notice timelines that you definitely don't want to roll the dice on. So grab your safety glasses and maybe a lucky charm, because we're diving into Nevada's lien laws for subcontractors, suppliers, equipment rental companies, and general contractors. As always, let's start with the preliminary notice, the one step you absolutely can't skip in Nevada. So anyone who doesn't have a direct contract with the property owner, so that's subs, suppliers, and equipment rental companies, must serve a preliminary notice within 31 days of first furnishing labor or materials. And that notice needs to be mailed, certified mail, to the property owner, the general contractor, and of course the construction lender, if there is one. So what happens if you miss that 30-day window? Well, your lien rights, they might just vanish faster than your money at a blackjack table. And as for general contractors, the notice isn't required, the prelim, but doing so can help avoid disputes and just keeps payment communication crystal clear with your client, which is always the best for your relationship. And for rental companies, you're included in the 31-day rule too. Even if you're just providing equipment, you still need to send that notice to be protected. Alright, now here's where Nevada gets tricky. A notice of intent to lien is required, but for only residential projects. So you must send it 15 days before recording your lien, and it needs to be served on the owner and the general contractor. So this gives the owner one last chance to pay before you make it official. Think of it as the construction version of saying, hey, I don't want to do this, but I will if I have to. And for commercial projects, the notice of intent to lien is not required before filing, but sending one anyways can sometimes motivate payment and avoid escalation. So that's the threat to lien document if you're using nationwide notice. So now let's talk deadlines, because in Nevada, the calendar really matters. You must record your mechanic's lien within 90 days of completion of the project, or as always, I recommend 90 days from when you last furnished labor or materials, whichever comes earlier. But if a notice of completion is recorded, that timeline will shorten to 40 days from the date of that notice. That's right, 40 days. So if you see a notice of completion filed, move fast. Set reminders, alerts, smoke signals, whatever it takes. Once you recorded the lien, you then have 6 months to enforce or foreclose it in court. After that, the lien expires. So don't wait until the last day. We are going over Nevada, but this isn't Vegas. The house always wins when you miss a deadline. So now let's shift gears to public projects, because government-owned property can't beat liens. Instead, Nevada law provides two main tools for protection: stop notices and claim on payment bonds. If there's a payment bond, you'll send your notice of right to claim, sometimes called a bond claim notice, which is like the preliminary notice. So you have to send it within 30 days of first furnishing labor or materials. Then, if you're unpaid, you can file a formal claim against the bond. And you have 90 days after your last date of furnishing. And if there's no bond, you can actually serve what is called a stop notice directly on the public entity or agency overseeing the project. So that notice, it essentially just freezes funds to the contractor until payment is resolved. So even on public projects, you're still protected. You just need to make sure you're using the right tools at the right time. So let's summarize all this before your head starts spinning like slot machines. For private projects, commercial projects, residential, preliminary notice within 31 days of first furnishing. For residential only, you have to file the notice of intent to lien 15 days before lien filing. And then you have 90 days to record the lien after that, or 40 days if notice of completion is filed. You then have 6 months of recording to foreclose. And for public projects, bond claim notice within 30 days of first furnishing. file bond claim within 90 days after last furnishing, or serve a stop notice if no bond exists. So that's Nevada, where your lien rights are all about timing, paperwork, and probably just a little bit of luck. So send your notices on time, track those completion dates, and remember, as always, when it comes to protecting your payments, hope is not a strategy. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment down below if there's any dates you want me to cover in the next video. If you have any questions, happy to answer them. And until then, I'll see you next time.